Hello and welcome to our kickoff event for our Go Slow workshop. Woo! Cheers!
Woo!
Yay! I am here. Well, I should introduce myself. I am Rachel Pearson. I'm one of the admins of our GEG virtual group here, located on Facebook and on YouTube and Twitter and Instagram. And we have a website, gegvirtual.com. And we are super happy to be able to provide you with this Go Slow workshop. And I am going to turn it over to Joseph because he has set everything up for everybody. I am just here to cheerlead and let him talk about this awesome opportunity that we have to learn and grow together. And I see we have 29 people already joining us
All
here.
right.
That's awesome. And I would love to hear where you're joining in from, whether it's in the evening like it is for me, or if it's in the morning like it is for Joseph. Let us know through a comment where you're tuning in from so we can say hello to you. And with that, I'm going to resign myself to watching the chats, and I'll let Joseph take it away.
All right. Thank you, Rachel. It is good to be here. I'm glad that you could join us. All right. Be excited because this is an opportunity for a little bit of growth, a little bit of stretching, a little bit of flexing your googly muscles, and as well as just a little bit, kind of some holiday cheer, beginning to kind of de-stress the end of the pandemic that we're dealing with. All right. So what we're going to be doing, if you've never heard of a Go Slow workshop, it is basically, instead of cramming an entire day of PD into one where you come walking out feeling like you've been drinking from a fire hose and you're like, what do I do? How do I implement all these things? All right. So what we're going to be doing is just going to be moving at a much slower pace. We got basically one task that we're going to try and accomplish each week, and it's going to kind of go over a series of weeks. And so the biggest thing that we want to help you with is, how do you use this stuff? So it's nice to have this pie in the sky, grandiose ideas of let's solve the world's technology problems with Google. All right, but then you walk out of that PD session super energized, and you go and you sit in your desk or you go to your classroom and you're like, what do I do? Where do I start? So the thing is, it's like, take bite size. Simply bite size is what we're looking at here. All right, so let's see. Where are people from? Have we gotten any comments in the comment box?
I have not seen anything yet, but we are still having that good number of viewers. So
all right,
we welcome you. Don't feel like you have to comment, but we would love to give you a shout out if we see you in the chat.
Yes, and if you'd like your name to appear in the chat, make sure that you give StreamYard the ability to kind of post for you there. All right, so what we're going to be doing, I'm going to do a little bit of screen sharing here. What we are, let's see, share screen. Let's do this. I'm going to drop this in here. All right. Now, what we see here is the Google Classroom, and there is a join code. If you would like to join us in this massive endeavor of the Up Your Game Learning G Suite for Education, or the workspace, go ahead and use the join code and join us in this Google Classroom. All right, so I'm going to drop the, we'll see if I can drop this in there in the comments. Where is it? There we go. Whoa! That's gonna be all right. I can't seem to drop that in there without having echo there. Sorry about that. So let me just go ahead and put that back up on the screen real quick. All right, so that, once again, there is the join code.
I will add that to a banner on the bottom of the screen.
Sweet, that would be epic. All right. Okay, so I'm going to remove that from the join. All right. Now, once you get in there, so what we're going to be, let me give you a little bit of summary of what's going to be going on inside of the Google Classroom. So a Go Slow workshop, as I mentioned, it's basically instead of a multi-hour thing, it's a multi-week thing. Your admins and your moderation team for GEG Virtual are going to be working to provide you feedback with what's going on. So there'll be different tasks each week, and using the private comments and the comment features to, sorry, distraction off screen.
We love our children.
I love my children. My children are awesome. They're doing a wonderful job over there. But the task itself, let me show you like the first where we're looking here. So the challenge when you sign up to Google Classroom. All right, what you see is your first challenge. And in this first challenge, we have basically, the idea is a lot about collaboration, working together, working in teams. And in order to find your teams, there's a little sign up. And what you're going to need to do is right here, you see the joining this little wtech.com. So you open up this website and you scroll on down. Here are the instructions, but I'm going to kind of go through them. Basically, you see this sheet down here. Oh, we already see some people signing up there. So you basically open it up. You click on this little expanding tool here. And you can sign up for either the green team, the blue, the yellow, or the red. So you just simply drop your name in there. And like if I was going to join the yellow team, I just put in, I could put Joseph W there. All right, and there I am. But I'm going to leave that open for everybody else. And if you don't see, there should be enough space for everybody if you scroll on down. But if there's not enough space for you in one color, then go ahead and jump into the other. And then what you can end up doing is sign up your friends. Or actually, don't sign up your friends. Invite your friends to join with you to work together because it's going to be much easier for you to accomplish tasks at your school if you got somebody from your school to be able to help you out. Now, if there's nobody from your coworker, district, school, etc., and there's somebody that you're connected with through the GEG, then go ahead and sign them up. But what we're going to basically work together. It's going to be all about feedback. It's going to be all about collaboration, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be going through a couple of different topics.
I do have a comment. Do you see
okay.
Do you see the comment or no? One of our friends on Facebook says, I don't have permission to join. So what happens if they get a message that says you are not able to join this class?
The most likely cause of that is you're probably trying to use your work email address. And the IT at your work has probably restricted the domain for you to not be able to join other domains. So what you'll need to do is you'll need to use a private Gmail in order to sign up. So if it says cannot join because you're using a work email, try a different Gmail address that would be your private email. So I've set up the WTech domain to basically be unrestricted for anybody to be able to join. So you should be able to join if your IT settings allow you to be able to do that, or if you're using a private Gmail account. But thanks for asking that question. That is a great question.
That's from Kristen, now that I can check some names. So thank you, Kristen, for asking that.
Yes, thank you.
Hopefully that'll help some other people if they're having any difficulty.
All right. Do we want to drop that reply of to solve that issue back into the comments?
Yes.
And that way, okay. Because that probably will not be the first time that somebody runs into that issue.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we got some people joining up in. Let's see. All right, we got some people trying to join. All right. One of the other advantages of working through the Google Classroom is allow you to be able to see from your student perspective. Oh, it says was a private Gmail. Let's see. Is the was a private Gmail comment, is that from the same person?
I believe so, yes. Yep.
Okay. On that, trying to think. Because I'm not sure on that one, because I've tested it out and I was able to join with some private Gmails, and apparently some other people were able to. Any thoughts on that, Rachel?
So I just posted in the chat a join link.
Okay, that might work.
It does ask for a sign-in when you click it the first time, but I am able to get into the page from there. Kristen, why don't you go ahead and try that and see if it works,
Yes.
and let us know if it doesn't.
Okay, let's see. Trying it out myself just to make sure. All righty. We're doing this, and it should work just fine. Yes. All right, so the link does work. The join code does work. Or the invite link. Invite link. Great idea. Great idea. Thank you, Rachel.
If you want to find your own invite link for your classroom, I went to the people page and clicked the person with the little plus sign. And not only can you add by email there, that's where I pulled that link from as well.
All right. So let me go ahead and show them from the teacher side. So what Rachel is talking about there is if you are on your classroom and you're trying to get people in, see where you see students, you click on the little people plus person here, and it's got the invite link right up there. And you can simply copy it and then add it into emails, or you can add it into a syllabus that you email out, or various other places.
And I did just try to join the class with another Gmail account that I have, and it did work. So,
Yes.
Kristen, if you still have trouble, please either send Joseph or me a private message, and we will try and troubleshoot with you and figure out what's going on.
Right, because we should be able to do a personal invite as well through that same tool if it gets stuck. If you get stuck.
Right. Absolutely.
Right. Okay. So while we are waiting for people to join up, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what each one of the daily tasks is going to, or the weekly tasks is going to look like. So I'm going to go ahead and drop the first assignment in there for when people join up. And let's go ahead and assign. All right. So we have any other questions, or people are still following along?
Yep.
Awesome. Awesome.
Good number here.
Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and share the screen again. All right. So the first sort of task right here is basically learning Google Classroom. And what it's going to be the first of 3 times we're going to cover Google Classroom. And the great advantage of this is we're going to be able to see Google Classroom from the student perspective. And you'll be able to see the things that are different, like why does it look like mark as done in some circumstances or turn it in other circumstances, or depending on the cultural lingo where you are, why does it say different things. All right, so you might see in our GEG virtual dialogue people talking about the mark as done, whereas if you're from the more UK, it has a different phrase instead of mark as done. Some people might see submit work instead of turn it in or resubmit. So what does it look like from a student perspective? You'll be able to see as you work through these things. Now, the individual task, what we're going to look through is there is attached to each one of the assignments, there will be a Google slide, which is basically a resource for how to do the tasks, and then a confidence level checker to see how you're doing with that task. And then, as always, it is all about the feedback. It's all about how can I use this. So if you run into issues, I would highly suggest you go ahead and use the class comments to be able to drop a comment in there. And if you're not able to, I'm going to go over here. You can see, let me go ahead and in this, in the private comment area, as a teacher, you probably have received private comments from students. So you can see the comment feature with a private comment, drop a private comment, and then all of your instructors or your GEG virtual admins and moderators will be able to give you some feedback if you get stuck, or if you want a little bit of pointers, or hey, if you're trying to troubleshoot or whatever it is. But when you click on the Google slide, it's going to open up basically 3 different colors. So you got green, you got blue, and you got red. Those are 3 different levels of tasks. Basically sort of an intro level task, an intermediate task, and a slightly more advanced task that you're going to kind of go through. It's all about scenarios and helping you figure out how to work through these things. So when we're looking at the first scenario, you're given basically a description of what you want to try and accomplish here, and some help links if you get stuck. And then in order to accomplish that scenario, what is it that you need to actually do? So you click on down to the next slide, and then what you'll see here is this is what you need to do. So create a classroom, and then use your invite to invite students and colleagues, post a welcome message, etc. into the stream. If you're not sure how to do that because you're relatively new to Google Classroom, then if you click on this, there is a short little video that you can watch to basically walk you through how to do that. So this is if you're brand new to Google Classroom, haven't used it before, or you'd like to kind of see how it might be done slightly differently. Green and then blue is a scenario slightly more complex, or a little bit up, if you're okay, well, I know how to create classrooms, I know how to move forward, let me go ahead and try and up my game a little bit, then go ahead with the blue. Now, if you've been using Google Classroom for quite some time, well, hey, you know what? Let's up our game. Let's try and do the advanced red. All right, so different scenarios, help links. There's always going to be a resource video for you to kind of watch and play around with, to be able to walk you through those steps. Now, what you only have to do one of those 3 colors. So you can choose either the green, the blue, or the red. You only have to do one of those. And then once you're finished, you go ahead and you click on the Amazing Race up your game kind of thing. And then you're just like, okay, what team am I on? So I'm on the blue, yellow, green, or red. And then you select which round card you attempted. Did I do green, blue, or red? And which applies to you. Did you accomplish all the tasks? Most, some, or one? And then how confident are you feeling about that Google app at this point? And then you hit the submit button. When you're done with that, then you're going to go ahead and mark the assignment as done. If you get stuck, then, or you're like, hey, you know what? How do I go ahead and use this? How do I work with this within class? Can I have some ideas? Go ahead and drop a private comment, because your GEG admins and moderators are all about trying to help you up your game, trying to help you basically make your workflow a little bit easier, make your life a little bit easier in the midst of everything that's going on.
Yes, making life easier is the goal of pretty much every technology we have out there, right?
Yes. Yeah, we should not be technology hopefully is not making our life more difficult. It makes it more complex. And our goal in GEG Virtual is, as we are using these Google tools or these Google related apps, extensions, add-ons, etc., we want to help you be able to do it easier, or to make it easier on you so that you can concentrate upon the things that you value as you are at teaching your students and yourself.
Yes. So we are trying to help Kristen figure out her entering the classroom issue. Does anyone else have questions about how to get in or what's going on, or general things that we can answer for you? While I'm waiting for any comments to pop up, I will just quick give a little plug here for our GEG virtual swag that's happening for the next, it's almost 9 p.m. here, so just a couple hours more. It's not loading. Come back. It'll get there. There we go. So we are, for the first time ever, offering t-shirts, hoodies, we have a long sleeve tee. I personally ordered the 3/4 sleeve baseball tee in blue because blue is my school color right now, and I love it.
Nice.
All the proceeds, like we are not getting any proceeds from this. All the proceeds from the sales of these shirts will go to the Malala Fund, which is out there to help a nonprofit organization that is advocating for girls' education, that they can get a good education from K through 12 without risk of, getting in trouble or being unsafe. So we have 2 hours, 7 minutes, and 40-ish seconds to go. Thank you to the 10 people or 10 orders that have been submitted already. We have made $79 to send to the Malala Fund, which will help some girls get to school. So you just have a couple hours to get those in if you would like to order.
Yes. Yeah. So as Rachel was saying, we are not making money off of this. All of your admins and your moderators are doing this volunteering for these positions. We don't get paid because our interest is in helping other people, and this is a great way for you to get some awesome swag and to help some others.
Absolutely. I'm excited to eventually get this in the mail and wear it proudly and say, we are part of this awesome group of educators that comes together every day and offers answers to people's questions and helps them troubleshoot and talk about teaching and learning and recommendations and all the sorts of things that educators need on a day-to-day basis.
Right. Right. Now, I do believe, Rachel, that because we are international GEG, that the shirts and various things can be shipped internationally.
Yes, there is a little more of a shipping fee, of course, as you probably well know from being in a different part of the world. If you're ordering something from the United States, I believe the international shipping is $9.99 US, so $9.99 US, depending on your conversion rate. I'm sorry if it's not beneficial to you. So,
all right. And just in time for the holiday. So if you know somebody who is googly, then, order them a nice little bit of swag and help out some people around the world.
Yeah. Well, I'm not seeing any other questions that are popping in about our Go Slow workshop here.
Well, all right. Well, this is being recorded, so I think people should be able to view it back if needed and be able to join in the classroom. So feel free on any of these posts if you have questions. Either tag either Rachel or myself in the post as a comment, or use the @ to get our attention if you have a question about this. If you're running into issues with how to enroll, hopefully, I think it was Kristen was able to sort out joining in. If
Yeah,
not,
looks like it. Wonderful. Yeah, we've had a lot of questions about Classroom lately in our group on Facebook. And I think this will help people get used to using it from a student's perspective. And that's definitely a positive thing when they're learning it themselves or learning things about it and learning how it works. They can more easily tell their students how it works too.
Yes. All right. Well, I think we have a wrap today then. Unless other people have some questions, want to drop in the comments. But if we end up ending before you're able to get that comment in, we will be checking the comments within this post, or feel free to drop a post in the GEG virtual Facebook group and tag us in it, and we'll be more than happy to answer questions.
Absolutely. So if you're in the United States or on this side of the world, I hope you have a good night. If you're on Joseph's side of the world, I hope you have a great Saturday.
Yes.
And we will hopefully be talking to you again soon.
All right. Thanks for joining us, everyone. And thank you, Rachel, for putting this together.
Absolutely. Not a problem.